Erik, first of all, how would you sum up that today for Manchester United?
Disappointed from the result, but I think satisfied with the performance of the team. I think they did a great job. Defense organisation, pressing, well done. Clean sheet, good job. On the ball first half we could have better, more composed, especially get more switches in, and also in the transition moment more switches in, then we could hurt them more. But in the end, see also mentally and physical, we are there. And we dictated the game, especially in the second half. And in the end, we created huge chances and we had to score them.
Yeah, did you like the second half? Did you see the improvement in the second half?
The second half was better. And in the end, we should have scored and should have win. But it didn't happen. That's why I'm disappointed. But yeah, you have to accept that. And we have to look forward to next game is Tottenham Hotspur. A really big game again. So we have to prepare that.
Obviously, Marcus made a difference when he came on. Did you think those opportunities were going to go in? Because there were two big chances, weren't they?
Yeah, he created two good chances. The first good move in the back, and the second the header. He had an impact, and that is what I expect from players who are coming from the bench. We decided to get freshness in the team, and I think that worked out really well.
So we didn't score, but also we didn't concede. A clean sheet against obviously a good Newcastle team. Were you happy with the defence and the way they played today?
I'm happy how we as team defending, and from the front to the back, and we had a good performance.
You mentioned Tottenham coming up quickly as well. Does your attention turn to that straight away?
Once again?
Tottenham game on Wednesday. Does your attention just turn to that?
Yes.
Straight away.
This team of this game, we have to, of course, analyze, but we don't have much time. So go straight forward. It's about recovery and into the new game.
Yeah, it's another point as well. Do you see it as, we wanted 3, but do you see it as another step?
Let me say clear. When you see this game, and then you have to get a win. But finally also, you have to realize we make some steps. Physical, quite clear. Mentally, again. Also in football perspective, the pressing, the clean sheet, and in the second half, the possession game. So there was really a good performance, but disappointed that we didn't collect the 3 points.
David, what's the feeling in the dressing room about a draw here today?
Well, I think we miss another opportunity to win the 3 points. I think we fight until the end. To be honest, we had a couple of massive chances at the end, but this is football. Sometimes you miss your chances, and at least we keep a clean sheet. I think this is really important because I think Newcastle is a great team. They're doing very well over the season. So yeah, let's keep doing well and recover well because we have a big game again.
They might feel they probably should have been leading at half-time. There was that moment where they hit the woodwork twice, and that was a close thing.
Yeah, that was crazy. As soon as I saw the first hit the bar and the ball coming again to him again, I said, it must be a goal. But then it hits the post again, and like I said, this is football. Sometimes the ball wants to come in, sometimes not. I think we deserve a bit more than them. I think we create bigger chances than them, and the team gave totally everything today.
Marcus came on and clearly had an impact. I mean, we thought he was going to score there at the end, didn't we?
Yeah, me too. It was as soon as I saw the ball and I saw Marcus free on the box, that's the goal. But yeah, he normally scored a good goal for us. But that's important when you come on the pitch. The ones from the bench, they have to make an impact, and I think we are doing really well as a team.
Obviously frustrating not to score, but we're not conceding either. How important was that today, the way the back four is working?
I think it's massive. I think, like I said, Newcastle been playing really good football, scoring goals. So yeah, to keep a clean sheet today is big for us. If you cannot win the game, then keep a clean sheet, and at least we have 1 point. But I think if we want to finish in the top places in the table, we have to win those games.
So no goals in our first game of the day. As we've just seen, Arsenal Leeds still playing. Leeds have just missed that penalty with Patrick Bamford. 1-0 Arsenal up through that Saka goal. 2-0 Chelsea have won. That is just 4 wins in 21 games now for Aston Villa. 100% record in the Premier League so far for Graham Potter at his new club. And a point apiece between Southampton and West Ham at St Mary's. And of course we have Liverpool, Manchester City to come. So this table is as it stands, with Arsenal still playing, but as it stands, the Gunners would be 4 points clear of the champions before they play at Anfield. Chelsea have nudged ahead of Manchester United by 3 points now in that final Champions League spot. Newcastle on 15 in the top 6. A reminder that Liverpool begin the day in 12th now, because West Ham have gone above them. So 10 points from their 8 games. West Ham up to 11 from their 10. The point for Southampton, not enough to take them out of the drop zone. Over 20 minutes to kick off at Anfield for Liverpool against Manchester City. But before we get there, much to round up from those earlier kickoffs. No goals at Old Trafford between Manchester United and Newcastle United. At half-time, we looked at a Newcastle penalty appeal. In the second half, did Manchester United have any case for a spot kick, Michael?
They certainly had a case, Steve, but I definitely think that that the one in the first half was more of a case. I don't think there was any case here for Ronaldo. I don't think this was a penalty. He almost steps across his man Trippier here. And I don't think there's anything in that. The second one from Sancho, I think there's a case for. There's not much of a touch. And as I say, I think Newcastle had more of a shout in the first half. But if they weren't going to give the penalty in the first half, I think they would have been very brave to give it here, Shay.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're both penalties, if I'm being honest, Steve. I think the one in the first half on Wilson was a penalty, and I think this is a penalty as well. What doesn't help Sancho here is his reaction. If he just goes down over the contact, then I think he gives it. But he jumps up in the air, makes the most of it.
Should Manchester United have won it late on, Rafa?
Yeah, I think they have a great chance. So I think it was we have one, but they have also the other one. It's very difficult when you go there, and then maybe Michael, when you have the goal is there and you have a defender that you know that maybe he'll go on the floor, but still it's very difficult to stay calm and maybe dribbling. No, that could be a good option. But I think United could score here and the next one.
This was a golden chance, wasn't it, Michael?
This was a golden chance. Outside the boot, brilliant ball from Casemiro. The only thing, Steve, I know people might laugh at it, the spin is so against him here. When the ball
does that really play a part when the ball's in the air like that?
Steve, it's the most underplayed thing in football, is the spin on a ball, spin on a cross. If a spin like that is coming and it's outside of the foot and I'm heading the ball, if I aim for the corner, I'm going to miss by probably about a yard to the other side of the goal. You've got to calculate. You think of any game, tennis, any game, you've got to be able to calculate the spin and understand it. And when a spin's coming right to you, you've got to understand, you've got to aim in a certain place because it's going to kick off your head in a certain way to go somewhere else. The spin was against him there. That's the only thing
Strikers Union.
That's really interesting. I wish we had more time to continue with the goalkeeping and the managerial one, but we don't. We've got to go to Ellen Road, where, of course, no goals at Old Trafford, goals elsewhere, and suffice to say, plenty of talking points in our 4 Premier League games so far, one of which, of course, is still in play at Ellen Road. But we'll come to that in a moment. Newcastle have had a very good first half at Old Trafford. Should they, Shay Given, have had a penalty?
I think so. We were talking off air. I think it's a clear penalty. I don't know why the ref doesn't give it. And then I don't know why the VAR doesn't get involved. I don't totally understand the VAR and the referee, that sort of relationship. But he goes at Varane 1v1 here, Stephen, and for me, he cuts across him. And I don't actually even think it's a hard decision. I think the on-pitch ref should see it, and if he doesn't, the VAR should get involved.
Craig Pawson didn't give it. Gerard Gillett didn't recommend a review. If you were back in the Newcastle dugout at half-time, Rafa, how would you see that?
I'm sure that from the bench, it will be penalty. It's the way that was going on the floor, that I think was penalty for me.
Joe Linton could have given them a lead?
Yeah, and I thought his second attempt was probably easier than his first. I didn't think this was a bad attempt at all, you know, to try to loop it over the goalkeeper. Once it bounces back to him, I think he's got virtually a full goal to aim at here. I think he needs to use his neck muscles and aim it towards the other side of the goal. You can see David De Gea's lying on the floor. Most of the other side of the goal will be free, and he's gone back that way. Thought that was a big chance, particularly a second effort.
No goals there. No goals at Ellen Road either, where we've had an extraordinary situation where the game kicked off for 68 seconds between Leeds